Get going. My name is Doug Brunke. I'm the founder and CEO of Global Chamber. I'm here at our headquarters in Phoenix, Arizona. We actually have quite a large event today, several hundred people at the Global Chamber Semiconductor Summit. I think from a summit perspective, we did an innovation summit in January. We're doing the Semiconductor Summit, the third annual one, with Intel and TSMC. And of course, Dr. Sanjeev Kagrum of Thunderbird is kicking off. It is a hybrid event, so we'll have about half of the audience in the room, and then we have about half zooming in from around the world. So if that market segment is of interest to you, jump in. And I know some of you are already joining either in person or by Zoom. If you have some ideas for other summits, I actually haven't even shared this with the team yet, but I came up with a whole bunch of different ideas of market segments and regional summits over the last several days. I got kind of inspired by what's happening with this one, the third annual one. And we really, I don't think, have done any market segment summits. We probably have, and we just haven't kind of called it that. But if you have some market segments that you'd like to do or participate in, let us know. Automotive would be one of them, and I was thinking probably healthcare and food and beverage, and AI certainly should be, I think, an obvious one. And so if there are others that you'd be interested in, let us know. We're different, so that's done. Sorry to distract you on that. Today is League of Extraordinaries. It's one of our favorite programs. It's our original signature event of Global Chamber, started by Joe Bockersteady back even before the Global Chamber days. And it's a speed connecting event, a meeting basically of members only. So if you're not a member of Global Chamber, thanks for at least hearing all of that intro, but would ask you to kindly ease out. But I see a lot of members here, and it looks like you all are. So awesome. That's great. When Bill Edwards is in the room, he always goes first, because with 50 years of trade experience, he is the man. He is an extraordinary leader, and he's having impact not just over his 50 years, but even today, he's having significant impact helping companies determine where they're going to go next and do it successfully. Bill, thank you for joining. Are you coming in from Southern California today? I think you just finished up the IFA, the International Franchise Association show in Phoenix. What would you like to share today? Who would you like to meet? Thank you for joining today.
Well, thank you, Jeff, or Doug, for that introduction. I act as a strategic partner for businesses looking to go global. This is my 50th year of working on international business. I've lived in 7 countries and worked across the world, across 12 business sectors. My company and I offer a full suite of services covering market selection, partner identification, launching international operations, and then providing long-term in-country support. And we also fix problems. Our services are aimed at minimizing risk and maximizing the chance of financial success for our companies we take international. Who am I looking for? I'm looking for C-level executives in companies who are either international or thinking of going international. And I can use experience for all the mistakes I've made over 50 years to help them keep from making those and make money going global.
Fantastic. Thank you, Bill. Really appreciate it. How was the IFA?
It was very good. Downtown Phoenix. We had to be spread out over several hotels, but the convention center is really good. And we had 3,800 people from around the world. And it was quite good. I spoke on micro and macro business trends that are impacting, or global trends that are impacting businesses around the world. And there are an awful lot of those that are impacting businesses around the world right now, not the least of which is the fact that we have 64 major elections occurring this year around the world, covering 49% of the world's population and 57% of the world's GDP. And the reason that's important is when elections happen and there are changes in leaders, they often change economic policies.
Yeah.
And that can have a major impact on doing business in a country. I didn't
Fit.
get into our election, of course, because that's not something I really want to discuss. But anyway, I'll leave it at that.
It's critically important because trade requires transparency, and what Putin is doing and what Trump would do would be horrific for the world and for our world of trade. And so whatever you're doing, stop occasionally and beat down the forces that are creating this lack of transparency, the horrible corruption, which hurts trade. It's just not what we want to have. So everything Hamas related, Putin, Trump related, it's got to end. We just got to push past this corruption that hurts trade, because we're all about increasing trade. We're all about helping people. And that's, I know, what you're all devoted to as well. So thank you, Bill, for all of that. I want to also emphasize the point that during this conversation, Cesar Trabanco is in the background and he's making connections. So invariably what happens is on my phone, I see all of these emails that are connecting each of you. We also post, we will tomorrow in LinkedIn, all of you that are here in the call and that I'm able to write down to link you in LinkedIn so that you can connect up. If you don't connect up today, I encourage, as people are speaking, to look at their LinkedIn profile, see who they are, and then since they're all members, please do connect. I'm gonna, because I'm kind of in without my my phone holder, and I apologize for the shaking. I'm having a little trouble going through the list of people, so I'll likely probably just go down the list that's on my phone. Let's go to Brian Wood, who shows up next on my phone. Brian is a leader based here in Phoenix. And Brian, if you're here, please stop by today, this afternoon. Who would you like to meet, and how would we best help you today?
Yeah, hi, Doug. And I'm going to try to make that virtually. I'm afraid I have another commitment, but it's great to see everyone. Doug, I appreciate you a ton. Love this community. For me, it's all about impact. And so my impact shows up as a professional coach, whether it's with executives, athletes, former athletes, nonprofit leaders, any leadership development training. I'm really looking for engagement, longer term, a year plus, and the combination of organizations needing professional coaching and training is kind of the sweet spot for me. And that's the short version. So thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, and hope to see you later today. Please put your information in the chat area. And for all of you, I encourage you to do that as well. And we are going to finish up at the top of the hour. So we have about 50 minutes, and we have about another 25 folks. So that basically means about a couple minutes per person. So just keep that in mind. So thank you both to Bill and both of you actually already to keep it short. One of the more extraordinary people in the room, you're all extraordinary. That's why it's called the League of Extraordinaries. But Farley Weiss, his not only his work in intellectual property, but his wife's work with immigration and very special cases on immigration is legendary. So Farley, thank you for all that you do. You're also another recent author. So congratulations on the book. Who would you like to meet, and how best to help you right now?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Doug. You're very kind. I appreciate everything. My wife, Jessica, does immigration law for us, and a lot of investment visas, E2s, and some people from all over the world that she helps bring to the country. And our firm, our other business is patents and trademarks. We have from individual clients to big clients, including Honda as clients, and we all have free consultations. And I do trademarks for all these different products. It's always interesting seeing things we start up and then seeing them become big. And it's been doing for a long time. So people and inventors, people want to protect you. If you don't protect your good ideas with patents, you don't have any protection at all. And so that's we can help you both in the United States and help arrange for international protection as well. And so happy to help people. And it's always a great thing. I know Jessica loves going to the events as well.
Fantastic. Both of you are just like off the charts, and I've had the good fortune of meeting one or two of your children, I think, as they've been graduating from college and helping them with, getting them connected to different folks as they approach their graduation date, and it's just all really extraordinary.
Boys are all over 6 feet. My 3 boys, and all taller than me, and also my first book just came out. Hopefully, trying to work through all this stuff with Amazon, getting everything up there, and so starting to do promotions for the book, and it's very exciting. And on the move of the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem, its recognition as Israel's capital.
Congratulations on that. Have you spoken in our book author program yet?
No. If you could arrange that, that'd be great.
Okay. I don't know if let's see if Dana's not here, but we'll
Gloria
figure.
she's raising her hand.
Who is?
Gloria Peterson.
Oh, Gloria. Hi, Gloria. Yeah, Gloria, do you want to make a comment?
I will get you connected to Dana. You'll get in. I think our openings are in the fall now. I think she's pretty well. The author program is pretty booked up until about August, September, but I think there's room in the fall.
That'd be great.
Okay, we'll get you there.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Let's now go to Anita Rodal, extraordinary and Renaissance woman. She's involved with currency exchange. She runs our Export-Import Forum, which unfortunately I had to miss yesterday, but it's a monthly conversation. I encourage you to check that out. And what's going on in Southern California today, Anita? How can we help you, and who would you like to meet?
You're missing a beautiful day. It's not raining.
Good.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Anita Rodal, president of SBPI Services. I represent 2 of the world's largest non-bank foreign exchange companies. They save their import and transnational clients money and time when sending and receiving cross-border payments. I'm also a corporate trainer. My About Your Elevator Pitch webinars and workbook are for business professionals who do B2B networking, while my private pronunciation coaching is for foreigners looking to reduce their accents when speaking American English. Anita Rodal, SBPI Services. I would love connections to US-based importers. They can be importing almost anything from anywhere, except unfortunately China and India, because those manufacturers get paid in US dollars. So obviously there's no foreign exchange going on, but almost any other country would be really helpful. And then for the elevator pitch stuff, I am looking for connections to decision makers in corporations. So anybody that oversees their outside sales force, or anybody that's involved and knows of other people in their company that are involved in networking, such as we're doing here. Those would be great connections. I'd like to be doing more corporate training for the About Your Elevator Pitch. Thank you.
You also help some special folks with their English and their pronunciation, and how should we explain that to folks?
So, I found that when I mention to people they could use help with their accents, they get aggressive. I may never see them again. But if you know someone that needs help with their accent, if you have trouble understanding them, that means everybody does. And it's even worse when they're on the phone and there's no like visual help with that. I work a lot with actors and foreign diplomats and just business people. I get a lot of engineers because we get a lot of engineers from other countries here in the US, for example. And they're brilliant. But sometimes they have very strong accents, and then they wonder why they're not being promoted to like team leaders and such. And it's because nobody on their team can understand them. So if you know of anybody personally who's in, any field where it's important for them to be better understood, then just let me know. I work individually with people via Skype. They can be anywhere in the world. We just schedule it so that it works for everybody. Thank you.
Fantastic. Congratulations on your work. For all of you in the room, I encourage you not only to put your information in the chat area, but make sure your name maybe even includes your company, but certainly has your full name to it. So when I call on you, I have some knowledge of who you are. That would be a really good. Most of you have everything set up, so thank you for doing that. Alfonso Moranes is our executive director in Mexico City, and I know we're doing an event coming up in March there. Alfonso was part of the team that did a very successful one. Was it earlier this year? I think it was, or maybe toward the end of last year, that people are still talking about. Welcome, Alfonso. Is there anything that you would like to share today about what's going on with Global Chamber in Mexico? Are you available to say hi? And if not, there you go. Oh, are you there? No? Okay. So no worries. I see Leilani Craig bumped up on my list because I think she came in unmuted. So you came right into the call. So I'm going to probably wait a person before I call on you, Leilani. So let's keep going down the list here. Brian McKay is next alphabetically of FPT Software. He's also in Phoenix, and boy, the more I understand the things that you're involved with, Brian, the more I'm impressed. Congratulations on all the work that you're doing. Who would you like to meet, and how can we help?
Well, I think just very quick summary. We do lots of things because we're 30,000 people, but I think one of the things that we're really focused on is helping mid-sized companies deploy AI. And I know we've all heard this as a buzzword, but to start with some small projects to deploy AI, maybe even as a proof of concept to show how they can actually derive some value out of it. And it can be something very simple, a QA process. So that's kind of what we're good at, because we've got the environment and the tools and the people for all of that. So we're not just consultants. We can kind of just do like a drop ship a whole solution and design it with you. So I think I would certainly be interested in anybody who maybe has a customer or who's looking at exploring that area and they don't know where to start. I think that would be useful, and it can just be an informative discussion, and we can give examples of some of the work we've done with like Toyota and things like that, some fairly big companies, and that's probably it. Appreciate it.
That's a lot. And I think, as you say, you guys do some really extraordinary work. And so that sounds like a really great area to focus. For all of you, I encourage you to check out each of your LinkedIn profiles and connect up, and then also think about people that you might know in your community that would be interesting and valuable for these other members. And with Brian's case, they work with some really outstanding companies, and so please consider some outstanding folks that you know for Brian. Thank you very much. Let's go to Colin Scotland in Liverpool. And Colin is speaking, I believe, at our next AI conversation, or maybe it's the next sales conversation with Connie Kadansky is what's coming up. He's given a couple presentations, and they've all been really amazing, because artificial intelligence is something we all need to be doing right now. And I know we're a little bit behind. Yelim Ku, who started at Global Chamber last week, is dedicated to that, along with getting our Global Chamber app up and running over the next month or two. So, Colin, thank you for joining today. Who would you like to meet, and how can we help? What's your favorite Beatles song, by the way?
Oh, easy. In My Life. There are playing. Yeah, I won't sing it. You're all right. Great to be here. Lovely to see everyone. Now that I've been to a few sessions, starting to see a few familiar faces, which is awesome. I am an AI marketing coach, and I run a community called Thrive and Serve, where I help entrepreneurs to grow themselves and their business by leveraging AI. I'm looking for opportunities to literally educate and sometimes entertain with the guitar, maybe, who knows, but just to educate and entertain around AI, just to show people the power of this technology. Because right now everybody's played with ChatGPT, but hardly anybody has really lifted the lid off the true capabilities of this technology. So looking for opportunities to educate, inform, and to serve. That's me.
Thrive and serve. When I hear that, I think of twist and shout.
You can see the influence there, Doug. Hey, I'm heavily Beatle influenced. If I pick that up, that's all I'll play.
That's too much. Do you know when the next Globinar is that isn't that the one with Connie?
Yes, it's a round table, and what I've done is I've built for the training specifically. It's a sales round table, and I've built what's called a custom GPT, which is a customized version of chat that is essentially a sales trainer. So anybody that's you don't have to be a salesperson. Anybody that has conversations with potential clients and is looking to convert potential clients into a client from a prospect, then this tool is awesome. It's like having somebody like Connie at your side coaching you. It's really powerful. So I'm going to be sharing that at the Globinar there. Looking forward to it.
Amazing. Two of the best presentations we've had on AI have been both Colin's. Colin Christie, the Global Chamber Executive Director in Manila, who's amazing, and Colin Scotland, who's also amazing. In fact, I would say extraordinary for sure. Thank you very much. Twisting and shouting, and also thriving and serving. We really appreciate the support and collaboration. Let's now go to Elise Krenzel, who we were speaking earlier about Farley being an author. So is Elise. And she's had an amazing background and history, especially in Japan, a place that I care about. And she wrote about it in her book. And if you haven't read it, you should. Elise, thank you for joining today. Who would you like to meet? How can we help?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Doug, and all the other people that I know here. Well, okay, in a nutshell, a little background. My company, I have two companies. One is EK Public Relations, and the other is EK Editorial and Coaching. I separate it into two buckets. One, I write the words to make your business fly. Any type of messaging, or if you are in a crisis in communications, if you're not reaching your target audience, or if you've lost audience, if you've lost customers, they've fallen off the bandwagon, I write the messages. That can be everything from taglines to press releases to web copy to any type of messaging, including your pitch. In other words, people come to me when they think they need something, but it's not something they want initially. It's usually in a crisis. They don't realize, oh, I haven't reached my customers. Now, on the editorial and coaching, as Doug said, I'm an author of the memoir, Under My Skin, Drama, Trauma, and Rock and Roll. Lived in Japan for 5 years, lived all over Europe for 20 years, 5 countries, 40 cities. So I align with small SMEs, C-suite executives who are looking to either write a management, how-to book, or memoir. I ghostwrite, and I also coach you how to write. My information is in there, in the chat, Elise Krenzel. Hope to meet you if you need my services. Thank you.
I've been mispronouncing your name all these years. I like the way you pronounce it. It almost has a French piece to it. Krenzel.
Correct, because it is of a Germanic background, and I prefer the French version.
Okay. Yeah, and with the name Brunke, I prefer the American version versus the German. That's very harsh and probably too harsh. So thank you for sharing. Please leave your information in the chat area. Congratulations on your continued success, and your son is a lot better too now, isn't he?
Oh, thank you for asking. Yes, I just visited him in Northern California, and I'm bragging rights. He just got an internship at Apple in their product hardware design department.
Awesome. Fantastic. Congratulations on that.
Thanks, Doug.
Let's go now to the other. Well, you were kind of taking us West Coast, and now let's go East Coast to Robert McCollar of Loudoun County. This is an area where my parents very close retired, and my brother lives in that county. So he's an architect. Robert, thank you for joining today. Are you available to chat? And who would you like to meet, and how can we help? Robert, are you there? Robert, unmute. And as long as we're there and we're waiting for Robert, let's go to Peter Grabeck. You're in that area. Peter, can you say a few words about who you would like to meet and how we can help? Thank you for joining today. And thank you for joining. We appreciate it. Two different companies. We appreciate it.
Yes, good morning, Doug. Good morning, everyone. I assume it's still morning for many of you. Good afternoon and good evening for those that it's not. Thank you for the opportunity to meet with so many extraordinaries. I always enjoy all of the content in that Global Chamber provides that I'm able to attend and participate in. So I'm an international trade and economic development professional. My company, Global Recovery Group, we office here out of the Washington, D.C. metro area, and we work somewhat specifically in the area of trade finance. We work in a smaller and specialized space, very closely with export credit agencies, development finance institutions, some international banks, and larger captive finance. We work primarily in the investigations, due diligence, and recovery side. So we do tend to work on some somewhat larger transactions, sometimes some larger projects, and we have a really large legal network in 129 countries. We just added Brunei last year. I don't know what number 130 is going to be, but we want to add it this year if we can. So, we're all very, high functioning technocrats. I am trying to move our work more in the private sector. We do a lot of work with public-private partnerships. And so I'm always looking for trade professionals where there's some alignment. We do work in some large project finance, occasionally infrastructure development, information and communications technologies, various types of development projects. Some of these are very large. These are, they get into the hundreds of millions. And often we'll do, some stakeholder project management side or trying to get funding going. And that's kind of generally the wheelhouse. So, I'd be happy to connect with anyone kind of on a case by case. Obviously, once we get into beginning to move some of these projects forward, there's a lot of formal documentation and formalities that are standard best practices within the industry. And so we can look at and address things from all such aspects. So I can get going. I have the gift of gab and can be verbose at times, but I just wanted to, say hello to everyone, and I'd be happy to meet with anyone where we have opportunities for collaboration.
Thanks for your leadership, which is included on our regional advisory board for Baltimore, Washington, and Mijong Hibbets, who is speaking actually today at the Semiconductor Summit in a few hours. She'll be interviewing the Korea Innovation Center DC's leader, Sean Ryu, and he'll be in Korea. She'll be in Baltimore, Washington, and so check that out if you're interested in the Semiconductor Summit. Thank you so much, Peter, for sharing today. Let's go to South Africa. Patrizia, hello. How are you? Are you able to chat? You are an artificial intelligence expert. You're always exciting and interesting. I love to watch your hands move while you speak because of your Italian background. It keeps me awake. It keeps me interested, and I just love what you're doing. Congratulations on your activities. Who would you like to meet, and how can we best help?
Thank you so much, Doug. So nice to be with you all. I'm sorry I missed the January one. It's so great to be here. So for me, Doug, anybody that's interested about knowing their financial health risks within the business and want to know recommendations, with an AI tool that we've developed, that is who we'd like to meet. We're currently busy with a big project where we're rolling this out to a global audit firm, and but any business is more than welcome. Whoever would like to know about, just their general financial health and recommendations and where their risks lie in their business, that is what I'd like to, that's who I'd like to chat to. I've got, just to introduce myself, I've got 28 years of finance behind me, business intelligence, and then I moved into the AI space a couple of years ago. And this is how we started the whole process. I work closely with women and youth as a mentor and speaker. And I've also co-authored a book, and so Gloria, I need to get hold of you as well, just to chat to other authors. I'm busy putting my own book together now. It was time. The co-authoring was great. It was for good cause. All the royalties went to a children's society, so that was great. It was also so nice to work with other women across the world. But that's pretty much it. Any business that would like to know how they're doing as a business, come chat to us, because our tool is now good to go live. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give us an example of a company that's already benefited from the tool as you've been testing it and rolling it out.
Yes, so Doug, one of my biggest clients has always been, since I started Bonandini Consulting, was an audit firm in Johannesburg, and they've got offices across the globe. There's 155 offices worldwide, 544 offices, and that's who we're currently rolling it out to. But we want to chat to any business that's interested in seeing what their financial health looks like. And a lot of the smaller businesses, we're also targeting a lot of the SMEs, because they don't have the money to pay professionals the fees that they charge, So it's a tool that has been put together to assist the SMEs in getting the advice that they need to guide them. And my hands are going. I can see them. But yes, it's mainly for the SMEs as well, that we can help them in seeing where they're at in their business. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I admire you so much. So thank you. I didn't mean I was.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you so much.
It's all out of love. So thank you.
Thank you.
Another amazing and extraordinary leader, Joanne Tan, is a brand builder. And one of the most influential articles I've read this year was Joanne's conversation about Taylor Swift, that I found to be exciting and motivating and right on the money. Joanne helps businesses and individuals brand so that what they want to be able to do is a lot easier. So Joanne, thank you for your leadership. Thanks for being a member of Global Chamber. Who would you like to meet? How can we help?
Hi, greetings from San Francisco Bay Area. I serve clients all over the United States and globally, mostly as of now, from English-speaking countries such as UK, Australia, and Canada. So we build brands so companies and individuals can get more right-fitting clients and get more stature and influence. And for those who aspire to be thought leaders in their fields, we root for their brands by building it solidly upon their brand DNA. That's our proprietary process. So we do this with 3 words: decode brand DNA, create content, create website, create LinkedIn profile, and SEO structure and high authority content, and then amplify with social media and other a type of amplification tools. So I also host a podcast called Interviews of Notables and Influencers. So Doug, you better watch out next coming up. There's some great, fantastic interviews. I don't want to jump the gun yet, but I'm just so excited about those global leaders. They're truly leaders and influencers, and everybody can benefit from their wisdom. So that's me. Who do I want to recommend? Post-merger rebranding. If you know anybody who just bought a new company and or entrepreneurs who get funded, or simply highly seasoned, ambitious, aspiring B2B service providers. Can be individuals, can be companies who want to elevate their brand to a higher level. Send to me. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thanks for that. Love your expertise. Definitely check out Joanne, and you almost certainly know someone who can benefit from her knowledge and expertise. She very quickly gets to the root of where you want to go and be able to design the website, the theme, the overall idea, and what you want to communicate out. And I've seen her work. It's extraordinary. Thank you, Joanne. Let's now go to Landon Pitcher. Landon, oh, there you are. Okay, I thought I saw you. I actually was cleaning up our office here at Global Chamber and Thunderbird in Phoenix earlier today, and I put the Listo Global hat in a place of prominence. So congratulations on the work that you're doing and helping companies bring on talent and get them paid and have it all compliant as they grow around the world. Who would you like to meet, and how else can we help you, Landon?
Yeah, pretty comes down to two things. Any company that has global, like remote global contractors or employees, our mission as a company is to make it easy to hire and pay them through our software. And we also do recruiting. So if you know anyone that's hiring and open to remote talent, the way I like to say it is, if you're open to hiring in San Jose, California, why not San Jose, Costa Rica, or something like that? Yeah, thanks, Doug. That's awesome. Love it. You're wearing my favorite one. Mine's like got a sweat line across it now, so I need to, grab another one of those. In fact, speaking of hats and swag, we have hoodies and sweaters. If you sign up for my referral partner newsletter, I'll see if we have your size available and send it to you. So I don't know, maybe I'll put a little chat in here, and if you just want to thumbs up it, then I'll add you to our newsletter and see if we have your size of one of our items. But yeah, we make it easy to find, hire, and pay global teams. We started it 18 months ago, and we're just having a great time. Love what we get to do.
It's a family. They're working globally. And when I say family, I mean, they're not, I don't think, related. They're just a really great, warm, knowledgeable, capable group of leaders. And there is a Utah connection as well, because Freddie, I guess the headquarters is in Layton, right? Just north of Salt Lake.
Yeah, Farmington. So he's like 30 minutes north. I'm about 30 minutes south of Salt Lake. And then our other co-founder, our lawyer, is 30 minutes south of me. So we just along the I-15 corridor here.
Okay. Well, when my wife and I got married nearly 42 years ago, our wedding reception was in Farmington, at an old farmhouse or something like that. I could not even remember a single thing about it. I don't even know what it looks like. I don't remember the name. I was just distracted.
I can't imagine why, but I lived right by there. I grew up in Farmington. My dad lived in a house by Lagoon, a farmhouse. So I'm like, wow, wonder if it could be. Anyway, what are the odds? Pretty cool.
The only thing I remember nearly from that day was after the wedding, my wife and I got in her 1964 Volkswagen, and we drove up State Street and went to the Greek souvlaki around 10th South, and we ate Greek food because we got married in the Greek church there. And all I remember from the day. So thank you for sharing. Listo Global is amazing. You do great work.
Thank you. Very cool.
Speaking of Utah, Leilani Craig is here, and with ComGap. She is one of those universal global leaders. Her translation and support for localization around the world is legendary. She's also based in Salt Lake City. Great to see you, Leilani. Who would you like to meet, and how can we help?
Hi, Doug. It's been a while. I've been meaning to join this meeting, and time goes by, and it's been really busy the last couple of years. So hello everyone, I'm Leilani Craig with ComGap International Language Solutions. We are located in Salt Lake City. We work with our clients utilizing tools, technology, including AI. We've been working with AI for a long time to provide services into over 300 languages. I would love to meet companies that need translation services, and I find that many people don't realize that they need professional translation services. There is a misconception that if you have someone bilingual on staff, they can handle it. Unfortunately, just like many of the consultants mentioned, it comes across as someone who is not a certified linguist translating, and it usually doesn't read very well. So if you're looking for language assistance, we have interpretation and translation services 24/7. We offer it in person, virtual, over the phone, video, however you need it. We can provide that. We can provide equipment for meetings. Let me know. And can I throw in a little personal pitch as well, Doug?
Of course. What's going on?
Okay, I am looking for new board opportunities. So if you know someone who needs a board member that has the international language experience, understanding federal government compliance when it comes to languages, please reach out to me. I put in my LinkedIn. It's like the second one in the chat. So you'll have to scroll up a little bit, but I am in there. So thank you.
So I have got two ideas for you. And then, of course, the Global Chamber Salt Lake Advisory Board is forming. That once we can get Shadman distracted from the event that's tomorrow in either Cedar City or St. George, we're putting together the next steps on that. So looking forward to working with you on that. But I've got a couple of ideas that maybe we can use as a starting point. And if any, are there particular types of companies in particular that you're thinking about there?
No, I mean, when it comes to language compliance, it's anywhere from healthcare to legal. There is some compliance in technology. I work a lot with healthcare and government, so I think that's where my expertise lies.
Okay, that makes it easier. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Have you ever been to the Greek Souvlaki either on State Street or on 3rd South?
Of course, everyone's been to the Greek Souvlaki on about 10. It's actually, I think, more like 6 South, but yes, that's the original one. Now it's all over the place. But
yeah, the original one on State at 6th, and then I'm thinking of the hamburger place that's closer to where the temple is, but that's also Greek owned. In Utah, so many things that are Greek owned because the Greeks were there to build the railroads and the coal mining. So there's a lot of Greeks in Salt Lake.
Yeah, and there's that big Greek Orthodox church downtown. So
yep, there's actually 2 churches, and it's now a cathedral. When we got
a cathedral, yeah.
That's where we got married, and it was a church. Beautiful. Then cathedral. Second largest Greek festival in the United States after Houston. So it's an extraordinary thing. My wife and her mom volunteered there for many decades. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Speaking of Greece and Greeks, at least, Demos is here from Barcelona, but I am Greek Orthodox, but I'm not even going to try your name. I'm going to work on that with my wife to be able to get the pronunciation correct. I see posted some information in the chat area. I encourage all of you to do that. Demos, thank you for your work with Yuka there in Barcelona. Who would you like to meet? How can we help?
Hi, Doug. Thank you. I'm honored to listen. You're talking about Greek and Greek Souvlaki, which is awesome. All right. I am based in Barcelona, and I am the founder of Cargo Consulting, which is a consulting company in the international trade and logistics. We are helping companies that import or export products to develop their activities in China, Spain, Greece, and Chile. And some of our services is to find for them potential buyers, creating a strategy for the penetration in the market, or sourcing products for the import side. And we're looking for this type of customers, importers and exporters, that they are interested in those countries. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you very much. Are you actually based then in Barcelona?
I'm actually based in Barcelona.
Okay.
I have been living in 3 continents. I lived in China for 6 years. I lived in Chile for 6 years, and the last 4 in Spain. 1 year in Madrid and 1 year in the rest 3 in Barcelona. Originally from Greece.
Fantastic. So Barcelona is not that far, and probably the food is somewhat similar too. Very seafood.
Exactly. And I am also from a city close to the beach. So for me, it's very important the coast and you know, the atmosphere.
I got
Feels
you.
like home or closer to home.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for sharing today. Let's now go to a place that has beaches a little bit east, Sam, of where you are. I grew up on Long Island, largely at Jones Beach, so that's pretty far out from the city. But nonetheless, New York has some great beaches and south into New Jersey as well. You have Talk NYC. You do some really great work to get people's voices heard so they can have more impact. Who would you like to meet? How can we help?
Thank you so much, Doug. A real pleasure to be here. You know, I just joined the end of last year, so I haven't made too many meetings yet, but it's great to meet everybody here at the Global Chamber. Talkradio.nyc, we are a New York City-based international radio station. We've had shows on our network from hosts that were located in places like London, England, Sydney, Australia, even Mumbai, and all across the United States. And basically, I work with aspirational thought leaders, knowledgepreneurs, people who make a living off of what's between their ears. And I love to meet coaches, consultants, speakers, nonfiction authors. And I am also an author, actually 4-time best-selling author now, but 3 collaborations. One is my own book. So Gloria, you know what to do. Happy to connect with anyone. I put my information up way up in the chat. So please, if I hadn't reached out to you, please go grab my info in the chat. Happy to connect with everyone on LinkedIn or to have a one-on-one. And yes, Elise was on my show. We had a wonderful connection talking about her book and her experiences. So that was fun.
Fantastic. Congratulations and for all that you do. And please check that out and listen to the programs as well. Let's now go over across the pond to the UK and Mark Pollitt. Mark, thank you for your long-standing support and collaboration and membership in Global Chamber. You are into visual arts, and looking at your work, award-winning work, is really extraordinary. Who would you like to meet? How can we help today?
Thank you very much, Doug. It is a pleasure to still be involved with these guys. I haven't, unfortunately, I've been that busy this year. I've not had a chance to get onto much, so I was quite happy to make this one. So for everybody, basically, I am, me and my company, we provide high quality, luxury, bespoke visual content. We specialize in the real estate market, we specialize in sports photography, and we specialize in commercial photography too. We are going to dip our toe into drone photography this year, but I've got to learn how to fly it first without crashing it into a tree. So in a nutshell, basically, in the UK, we are set. So we are well established in the UK, and we work with estate agents up and down the country, providing their bespoke visual content. What we are looking for is we are looking to breach the pond now. So we are looking to provide our quality of photography overseas. That can be Spain, that can be the States, because I guarantee people around the world are all the same. You have 0.7 seconds to make an impact with visual photography. That's not a long time. If people decide in 0.7 seconds whether they want to work your business or not, then you've got to make sure that the content that you use and they see is the best, and that's where we come in. So I'm looking to, if people need a refresh of the website, if people have contacts within the real estate photography or within the real estate sphere, within a lettings, anything like that, I'm your man for that. Please do reach out. I will put my details in LinkedIn, and I look forward to working with you all.
Fantastic. Have we connected you to James Huang on the West Coast with EXP commercial by?
No, mate. No. I don't think so.
Okay.
To be honest, but that sort of stuff would be great.
He runs an unbelievably amazing, growing commercial real estate and real estate organization. He is, I don't know when he sleeps. He's super. And if we can just corral a few minutes in a bottle with you and him, the world will change in a positive way. So let's see what we can do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Philip Hendrick, thank you for joining. It was great to meet you again. We've met a couple times at the holiday party for Global Chamber Los Angeles. And then more recently, we did a Lunar New Year program in Torrance, California, closer to the port of Los Angeles, which is a longtime member and supporter of Global Chamber. You have merchant service offerings, and you also are really well connected in Southern California. So thank you for all the people that you've introduced me to. Who would you like to meet, and how can we help?
Yeah, Doug, it was great seeing you the other day and meeting our friends at the Thai Council. I was able to connect into some commercial bankers just literally right down the street from them. So I hope they were able to meet and have lunch and whatnot. But it was good seeing you. Yeah, thanks for the intro. So I provide payment processing for businesses. The easiest way for me to describe it is I'm like Stripe, like PayPal, but for more B2B businesses. So I'm trying to meet maybe attorneys, commercial bankers, anyone establishing an entity in the US and is accepting credit cards. Most businesses accept credit cards. It might even be yourself. Maybe you have a small business, you're an executive coach and you accept credit cards and you're paying a 3% fee and you're annoyed by it. We'll look at a statement, do an analysis, do a side-by-side comparison and see if we can get it down to 2.5, 2.6. So if we can save you money there, that's what we do. We do about $4 billion a year in processing. We're national. So any company that's setting up an entity or has an entity in the US and accepts credit cards, that's who I'm looking to meet.
Thank you very much. And undoubtedly, because of your work there, you're really well connected. Is that how primarily through that business is why you have so many connections in Southern California and beyond?
Yeah, we're down in Costa Mesa, so we're in Orange County. So again, I work with a lot of lawyers, executive coaches, consultants, anyone that's kind of involved in the day-to-day operations of businesses. And again, most businesses accept credit cards in some form. So I think, yeah, just my overall connection here in Southern California. So yeah, hopefully I can bring some more members to the table too, Doug. I work with a lot of people that kind of would be perfect, for this organization. So hopefully we'll see some more members join soon in my network.
But fantastic. And I think there's a couple of them that we're working with already. So thank you. Let's go to Brazil. Beatriz Rodriguez helps companies with a sophisticated pharma or life science or chemical business to be compliant. So it's a really interesting consulting business, probably a little bit far afield for most of you. However, there probably are some companies that you might know that would be really right in her wheelhouse. Beatrice, thank you for joining today. Who would you like to meet? How can we help?
Thank you very much, Doug. I work, our specialties are in quality assurance, good manufacturing practices, and industrial microbiology. Focus on manufacturing type of companies, serving industries in cosmetics, hygiene, pharma, and household products mainly. What I'm looking for is for companies, mid, small companies that require capability for those areas. I can work closely with the manufacturing, quality assurance, quality control, and operations. So if you have connections in that area, please let me know. Thank you very much. I'm located in Brazil, but I work all Latin America. I can communicate in English, Spanish, and Portuguese.
Thank you very much.
You.
I think, as most of you know, we do a regular Latin America program led by Cesar Trabanco that happens monthly. We do a French-speaking conversation that will be monthly all the way up through the Paris Olympics, where we are doing a daily podcast during the Olympics. The Olympics start on the 25th of July and will start on the 24th. And one of our interns, Anais, is working on the logistics of that with Casey Branch, one of our members in Southern California, who's a wine and cannabis lawyer and is an expert there. So thank you for sharing your information, and keep those Latin America or French speaking and Portuguese speaking and Japanese and Korean speaking programs on your radar screen if those are of interest to you. Let's go over to Africa and Nihi Sanusi. Nihi, thank you for sharing your time and effort on the Africa Innovation and Investment Summit that we were successful with last year, and looking forward to the next one. Who would you like to meet, and how can we help?
Thank you, Doug. Great to be here as always. T. Jacob, Yuka, name a few others, but time will not allow that. Well, I'm now at the moment, I'm looking for AI companies. We're trying to develop systems for lawyers in Africa for AI who are able to, that are able to adapt or adopt African systems for African lawyers, rather. By that I mean systems that are configured primarily for lawyers, but also generally for research and document analysis and so forth as a starting point. I remember I've spoken with a number of us on the platform on the call today about this. We want to create an Africa-wide network of lawyers who can, of AI systems for lawyers and other professionals. But the key difference with what we want to do is that it has to be cheap enough for individual lawyers to be able to afford, rather than have systems on on a wide scale that will not be affordable for African lawyers. So that's the difference. And so I'm looking for companies who have interest in the African space in that regard, and have a discussion. On a general note, I'm a lawyer and also Global Chamber Advisory Board Chair in Lagos, Nigeria. So anything in Africa, to that extent, I'm even also. Thank you.
Thank you for your leadership, and thank you for sharing today. We have 2 minutes left, and I think we have 3 people left. So sorry, we're going to go a little bit over. So if you need to leave, just be aware. Sorry for my poor facilitation of this, that we're going to go over a little bit. But if you can hang on just for maybe 5 minutes after the hour, that would be awesome. I'd like to go now to Sarah Cornett. She's based in North Carolina. She's an expert in artificial intelligence, and as we need more of that, as we talked about earlier. Sorry to miss you when you were in Phoenix. Who would you like to meet? How can we help?
Thank you, Doug. Yes, definitely interested in businesses looking to adopt AI solutions. I offer consulting services from every step of the AI journey for those that are looking to just get educated in AI and explore the art of the possible with these solutions, to creating customized AI strategies to help you adopt these technologies and help you maximize your return on investment on AI solutions, to implementation. I've implemented many different AI solutions over the years, from machine learning, custom machine learning tools, to marketing CRM solutions to generate customized or personalized experiences using customer decisioning. So I definitely have that machine learning expertise and skill set from my previous experience. So yeah, really looking to connect with folks that are interested in AI. I do webinar presentations as well. So yeah, any questions, anyone interested in AI, please feel free to reach out.
Thank you very much. Now let's go to Lockett Wood of Avidid Water. I probably butchered the name of that. Sorry about that. So your last name is Wood. Are you still there, Lockett? Who would you like to meet? How can we help? You're based in Colorado.
Yeah, I'm still here. It's Avidid Water, and we're one of the few people today that actually make things. We build technology for cleaning up the nastiest water we can find anywhere we can find it. And we, for mostly industrial wastewater, we try to treat it to the point that it can be returned for reuse or released to the environment safely. So fundamentally, that's what we do in 30 seconds or less.
And so you're looking to meet
Yes,
up
we'd like
municipality.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to anyone who has an interest in environmental remediation of industrial wastewaters.
Fantastic. Very, very good. That's very helpful. And as a chemical engineer, I greatly appreciate your work. Thank you very much. We'll work on that. Let's now, who is left? Let's see. So Flockett Wood, thank you for sharing today. I see Christopher Herring is in the room. Christopher, is there anything that you would like to share? Oh, and Gloria will be next. And Jacob, I see you as well. And Pankaj.
No, Doug, actually just enjoying hearing everyone present. And of course, there's a lot going on in Global Chamber. So, good luck to everyone, and glad to help support if you need any support from the Texas area. We have, major markets where every business really wants to do more. So if you want to connect with the opportunities in Texas, just let me know and put your name in the chat. Thank you.
You now have a monthly conversation about business in Texas. When is the next one?
Yeah, it's the second Friday of every month, and it's on our Global Chamber calendar. Yes, sir.
Four chapters of Global Chamber in Texas, and Christopher involved in one way or another with each of them. Thank you for your leadership there. I also see is in the room, so I didn't mean to skip over you, Yuka. Yuka Nakasone in Barcelona. She has a company called Global Bridges as well, and she's world renowned in her ability to do translation and localization for companies as they're entering new markets. Yuka, is there anything that you would like to share today, and any way we can help?
Thank you very much. I'm sorry I arrived later, but I just want to say thank you to everybody, because AI series of Globinar is doing well, and we are executing some events very nicely. And now I'm talking to the Globalization and Localization Association, which is coming to Valencia and bridging the city of Valencia with the Globalization Association as well. So that's what we are cooking. And thank you very much. As for my job, I am doing really well. I am implementing AI as well right now. So I look forward to seeing Sarah. I already connected. If anybody who is doing AI implementation, please contact me, because I'm doing that as well. And maybe we can share the challenges and how to talk to the clients and all the kind of stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, Yuka. You're doing a monthly AI series at Global Chamber with Jacob of Kalimo Collective. Jacob, are you there? Could you share a little bit about that and how we can help you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we had a spectacular event, and want to shout out Joe Burks and his company, Vigilant Global Trade Services. Joe was spectacular yesterday in our AI and trade talk. Moving ahead, we're going to be looking at AI and language. Yuka's really, that's her expertise. April, we're having a fun one that we're working on right now to have sort of a debate about AI and climate, and so centered around Earth Day, but bringing in some experts to sort of look at both sides of the spectrum. But excited to present my company, Kalimo Collective, which is a dynamic ecosystem designed to catalyze impact through really a multifaceted approach. We're not just a consultancy and a coaching firm. We're really a central hub akin to like a Grand Central Station for innovation, coaching, advisory services, and strategic connections. Something really cool that I'm working on, one of our flagship initiatives that's in the ecosystem right now, is this regenerative ranching network. It's in collaboration with the startup Vita Catalytics. And we're looking to really revolutionize ranching in Texas and Oklahoma by embracing regenerative practices. We're enhancing soil health and biodiversity while also boosting ranchers' profitability, environmental sustainability. And so it sort of is taking, which I think I respect this approach, is like sort of like an environmental capitalist type approach is I think you have to really make a big impact in the climate game. I think you have to speak to the bottom line. And so here to seek clients who are visionaries, ready to embrace transformative change, and collaborators eager to join a network that's making tangible difference. And so just looking to create a lot of impact in a lot of different sectors by connecting and ideating and also playing around a little bit in AI. But thank you, Doug, and thank you, everyone else.
Thanks for your leadership and all that you're doing. Another person that's having an impact, and she's made a great impact at Global Chamber through our book author series, is Gloria Peterson. Gloria, thank you for joining today. How can we help? What's anything else we can do? Oh, Gloria, are you there?
I'm here. I had to unmute. I'm sorry. I have been I'm in the industry of image and interpersonal skills. In a nutshell, that's what it is. I've been presenting seminars in that area for over 30 years. And as a result of that, I've written 4 books on the topic. I created a Global Protocol Academy as a Train the Trainer initiative. And who I'm trying to reach is I really want to reach corporate trainers, because I really feel what I have developed is instrumental in helping them get new hires off on a better foot, especially our university hires in the orientation process. My claim to fame in my industry with companies like Caterpillar, Lexus, etc., has been with the intern programs. When they bring interns in from all over the world, I'm able to break through those walls and get that communication going. So that's what I do. I put a lot in the chat. And more recently, I added mindfulness type of training to my mix, because if you're not in the right mindset, guess what? None of the rest is going to work. And I realized that during COVID. So I did a little switching around there. The book author group, that was something that I just really enjoyed. I passed the baton to Dana Austin because it needed some new ideas, some refresh, and she's doing a great job with it. And I will connect her with the 3 of you that I found out about on this call. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thanks for all that you do, Gloria. Last but not least, Pankaj Pramanik, who gets funding to companies that are going global. Pankaj, who would you like to meet? How can we help?
Hey, this is Pankaj. I based in Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you for joining again in the semiconductor today and tomorrow. And we already registered. And we are already working with the family of Global Chamber. Thank you, Doug and Caesar. By the way, next another 20 minutes, we'll be joining with Peter. Peter client is in Mexico and our investor in US. So, you know, you are like a, what is called, I'm not remember. So Global Chamber is the unstoppable global, like a whatever, it didn't come to my mind. So basically we have investor from the Global Chamber, we have client from the Global Chamber. Anyone is looking for funding, you can directly reach out to us. My LinkedIn is not working. We have website, we have Twitter. I already sent a couple of email. It's not a spam. Look into it, read it when we are talking with the permission of Doug. I am following his instruction, what to do, not to do, especially not to do. So I am following him. So thank you so much. Next, another 20 minutes, we'll be joining with Peter with Mexico. Right now, we are working USA, Mexico, UAE, like Europe, India. I'm from India, but I have American passports. So thank you so much. Email is the only communication channel for us because we are working in the global financial industry. Thank you so much, Doug.
Thank you, Pankaj. I'll turn it over to Cesar. We went a little bit over. Sorry about that. What did I forget? Who did I forget? And what's coming up?
Thanks, Doug, and thanks to everyone for joining us today. I don't think you forgot anyone. I don't know. I've been busy taking notes. But I just wanted to highlight given that Demos is here with us, he's hosting an event on March 7th. I put the link in the chat about doing business, and especially if you want to export to Spain. So he's going to be covering that. And the Spanish event is on Tuesday. We had a really good one last month. So if you speak Spanish, if you want to practice your Spanish, you're all invited there. And so yeah, that's it. We're gonna be always, we try to follow up, make introductions, and if you missed something, if you missed any contact here, feel free to reach out, and we'll be happy to help.
Anybody?
And a special shout out to Jacob and Yuka and Joe for yesterday's event, and the same with Anita with the import export. Those were great. Thank you.
Thank you all. Does anybody have any final words, anything we forgot, or anything you'd like to announce?
I'll just say that my next export-import forum is on March 28th. So it's always the fourth Thursday of the month at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. For one more month, at 7 a.m. in Australia, on Western Australia time, then it'll be 6 a.m. after that, and then 5 a.m. by the time we get into summer. So the times are all on the Global Chamber, the Global Chamber calendar. So sign up.
When are we going to get rid of this daylight savings time nonsense? Oh my God. So yeah, here it comes again. And oh well, it is what it is. There are worse problems in the world, but it is a nuisance. Anybody else have anything?
Yeah, just said it in the chat. Excited for our next League of Global Nonprofits coming up in the near future, and really excited to really help that sort of continue to evolve this year, and think about more of how we can add in more action, how we can really support these nonprofits. The network and community can support these nonprofits. So excited and would love to see you all there when that day comes.
Speaking of that, if you're interested in the Frank Lloyd Wright Foundation, there's some things going on over there, and be connected. If it's a natural fit, let me know, and I'm happy to make the connection. The CEO is part of our Phoenix advisory board, and he and I have been communicating here in the last few days about some things that are going on there. If that could be a fit, let me know. Okay.
I'll look at their priorities and see if there's some alignment and let you know. Thank you, Doug.
Okay. Frank Lloyd Wright's kind of an important dude, and it turns out his winter home is in Wisconsin, I think, Taliesin, and then his winter, I guess I got that backward. The winter time, he has a home in Scottsdale, Arizona. If you're ever out in Arizona, definitely check that out. One of the things that I learned from that house is that he was a short man. I'm 6'4", and I have to duck nearly everywhere. Apparently, he was like 5 foot tall, and so he built the house around his size. And I guess in the old days, houses used to be smaller, but it's brilliantly designed. It's an amazing place. Would love to see the Taliesin one in Wisconsin, but the Taliesin West is in Scottsdale, and definitely worth a visit, a bucket list visit. Thanks everybody for all that you've shared today. If we missed you, or there's something that you think of, put it maybe on the LinkedIn post, or send an email, or there are plenty of ways to connect in. And when the app is out, there'll be other ways to connect in. So looking forward to connecting with all of you. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye. Happy
Bye.
weekend.
To you all. Bye.